WyngX is now at 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and encouraging me on this channel for the past 8 months. And as promised, here's the Q&A. Adiakias6354 asks, I've been watching most of your videos, but I still don't know your name. Thanks. So that sounds like a really good place to start. My name is Vikram. You can call me Vic, you can call me WyngX, or you can call me Vikram. @Quanphilix says, do you have any background in aviation or in this industry? No, I don't have a background in aviation, although I can fly small general aviation planes like the Cessnas and the Piper Cherokees, but I am not a commercial pilot. @Harshukla790 asks, where are you from? So I grew up in two cities. I grew up both in Chennai in the southern part of India and another city called Bangalore, which is about 300 kilometers to the west of Chennai. @User UC7XB8PT9N asks, how much time is required for making such videos? That's a hard question to answer because it entirely depends on which story we are telling. The longest a story has taken me is about 5 months. So that's the Kandahar videos. So I started planning and researching that video way back during Christmas of 2023, and that video finally released in May of 2024. So that's about 5 months' time. The shortest I've spent on a video is about 3 weeks, and that is the Air Transat 236 video. The length of time entirely depends on how complex the story is and how much animation is required to produce it. @Mohammed125 asks, how many languages can you speak? When you grow up in a city like Bangalore, you tend to pick up many languages just by osmosis because of how cosmopolitan the city is. So, of course, I can speak English. मुझे हिंदी भी आती है. I'm originally from Tamil Nadu, so எனக்கு தமிழ் நல்லாவே தெரியும். I grew up in Bangalore, so ನನಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೊತ್ತು. I can speak a bit of Telugu, so నాకు తెలుగు తెలుసు. Many commenters have said that I sound like a Malayali, but Malayalam is the only language which I can fluently understand, but I unfortunately cannot speak back. And right now I'm trying to learn a bit of Korean and Spanish. 안녕하세요. 저는 위크럼입니다. 윙슬룰 수청게 주세요. 감사합니다. I'm still getting there. It's still bad, but I'm getting there. @AKAEXE asks, what music artist do you like listening to the most and where in India are you from? So in India, my favorite music artist is A.R. Rahman. I've been listening to him from the Roja and Bombay days. Internationally, my favorite pop star is Shania Twain, and my favorite K-pop band is Blackpink. @SimplyRosie2 asks, who is your favorite aviation-related YouTuber? So my favorite aviation-related YouTuber is Stefan Drury. He is a Melbourne, Australia-based pilot. He flies a general aviation plane called the Cirrus SR-22, and he makes amazing content here in Australia. Please go check his channel out and subscribe to him too. @TheRealILS says, your videos are really good and top quality. You have clear potential to be the best aviation YouTuber right now, bro. Hope you will. Thank you so much, bro. I sincerely appreciate that. @HansyGamers1434 asks, do you handle your channel alone or do you have a team? No, I don't have a team. The channel is just basically me making the videos that I like. I quite enjoy the process of researching. I enjoy the process of the voiceover. I enjoy the process of editing and animating. So I'm not sure which part of the process I'd be happy to give to someone else if I were to expand my team. If the channel is to grow, I guess I would need to at some point start introducing other people into the channel, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. @DwaitVedus5957 asks, what's your profession other than YouTube? So I'm an engineer by education, a software engineer. So like we say in India, you first become an engineer and then you decide what you want to do in life. So I did the same thing. I work as a product manager, that's my day job, and I run WyngX basically in the evenings, nights, and over the weekends. @ArnielsOn says, bro, can you please make a course on how to use DaVinci Resolve? No worries, I can actually do that because I have a second channel called Coffee Bean Films where I actually train people on how to use DaVinci Resolve. Here's the link, go subscribe. @Divyesh4670 asks, since how many years have you been in the content creation industry? And any tips for me who is going to start a content creation journey just like you? Well, it depends on what you call content creation. If you're talking about YouTube, it's just for the past 1 year. My first channel was Coffee Bean Films, and WyngX is my second channel. But if you're talking about just content creation, then I've been producing content for well over 10 years now. I went to film school. I got a degree in direction and cinematography. I've been shooting advertising films. I've shot over 100 wedding films. So I've been making videos for a really long time, but the YouTube content creation game, I'm quite new to it. So I've just been here for a year now. At YT Studio, LB5LS asks, how do you make your type voice? I actually don't know what my type voice actually means. Funny story is that I was very self-conscious about adding my own voice for WyngX, that for a really long time I was contemplating between using AI voices or hiring a third-party voiceover artist to do the dubbing. But then I decided, you know what, let me just use my own voice, why not? So when you say you like my voice, I find that quite surprising. Give details like mic, voice editing software, etc. So the mic that I use during the voiceovers is this one. It's the Shure SM7B. It's a amazingly fantastic microphone. It just gives you those deep voices that you listen to in podcasts and over the radio. The other part of this is that this input goes into a Scarlett 2i2 by Focusrite. And I think the preamps in the Scarlett 2i2 is just so good that it elevates your voice to another level. The first few videos, the microphone was the same, but it was going into a Zoom H6 recorder, and the preamps on that are not really good. And then I swapped it out for the Focusrite 2i2, and I think it's been much better since I did that. Voice editing software, I just use Fairlight, which is present within DaVinci Resolve. It's got pretty much everything that I need to do my job. At YHKYT asks, I forgot what I was about to ask. Hopefully you remember what the answer is. Yeah, I do remember what you were about to ask. You were about to ask how you could send me the $1 million that you owe me. And the answer to that is click on the Buy Me a Coffee link that's in the description box below, and you can send the money to me there. At BayX2024 asks, will there be other language channels coming to WyngX as well? It's actually already there. WyngX Hindi has been live and active since about January of this year, and WyngX Spanish has also been live since about March of this year. I've left the links to both these channels in the description below. At PreetiB8750 asks, do you study aviation for fun? I do study aviation for fun. I just study anything science for fun. I find it very interesting to learn about new things. Aviation is one of those things that I have a keen interest in. Any videos about aviation, I'm probably watching that. So yes, I do have a very keen interest in aviation. At Jeet Knows Chess, how long does it take to record and edit each video? Well, like I said earlier, it entirely depends on how complex the story is. The editing and the recording part is actually the least time consuming part. The editing will take anywhere between a week to 10 days because I'm quite particular about how I edit. So it takes a little longer than I'm happy with. The recording will take me about half a day because I tend to get tired in my vocals after I keep speaking for a while. So I take a break and I come back. What I've also noticed is that my voice sounds different depending on which time of the day I record. So when I want a very deep and suspenseful voice, then I need to do it early in the morning. But when I want a more high-pitched voice, I need to do that late in the evening. So I've found that out about my own voice over the course of doing this channel for the past few months. All that put together, I guess it takes about 3 weeks to record and to edit a video. At Aviation Dude 350 asks, what does your channel name mean? Okay, so WyngX is just a play on the words for WyngX. That's pretty much it. The reason why I spelt it that way was because I was listening to this podcast about this company called Quiznos. Quiznos is a sandwich shop in America, and they compete with Subway. And the guy who started Quiznos said that in order for brand recognition, it'll be better if your name of the company has alphabets that are not commonly used. So in his name, he has the Q's and the Z's. So which is why I took a Q from that and said, okay, let me try to put alphabets that aren't very commonly used in WyngX as well. So that's why I decided to put the W's, the Y's, and the Z's to make it sound just a little different and to be a bit unique. At Aviation Spot 7973, really love your videos. I don't have any questions for you, but I would like to wish you the best for your channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. At RandomK11 says, do you use the paid version of DaVinci Resolve? Yes, I use the studio version of DaVinci Resolve. The studio version helps me to use the GPUs because I export really large files and I do a lot of animations and graphics for which the GPU support is required. And unfortunately, the free version doesn't support the GPU. At JEJJEIRKRJW asks, what is your educational background? So I have a master's in engineering and I also have a degree in direction and cinematography. At DGMT90 asks, are you into fitness? If so, how do you stay motivated to work out and eat healthy? Could you share your daily routine? Yes, I'm into fitness. I have to go to the gym every day. It gives me a really good mental stimulus to go to the gym, to work out and to come back. After you've done it for a while, you don't really need the motivation. It becomes a part of your life that you just go there. How you wake up, you brush your teeth and have a shower. Going to the gym becomes that. If you want a small trick to stay motivated and to eat healthy, I would say give yourself achievable quick goals, quick immediate wins. Like give yourself a 1-month goal to say that I want to drop 3 kilos or I want to add 1 inch to my biceps or my chest. Give yourself such goals that you can work towards. The problem with motivation comes in when your goals and your results are so far away that every day doesn't seem like a progress towards that final goal. But when your goals are short and achievable within a short period of time, I think you'd be able to be a lot more motivated to go to the gym and to eat healthy. Could you share your daily routine? I just do a very simple backs on 1 day, shoulder on the 2nd day, chest on the 3rd day, legs on the 4th day, and my 5th day is a rest day. At WyngEdits41, my one question, how in the world do you edit so well? Well, first off, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate that. I think if you want to become a good editor, you need to be able to edit stories. You need to be able to tell a story. And to be able to tell a story in an edit, you should be watching a lot of movies. Watch movies from really good editors and directors and try to understand why a cut happens a very specific way. How to become good at editing, it's just about repetition. The more you keep doing something, the more you're going to get better at it. But don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. You need some sort of a mentor who can tell you that, yes, this looks good or that looks bad. And you need to keep refining your process. And you keep doing that more often, you will definitely become a good editor yourself. New editors starting on YouTube, they tend to believe that flashy animations and cuts every 1 second is how you edit. I disagree. I think that sort of an edit caters to short form reels. But if you want to do narrative work, long form work, you need to be able to tell a story and you need to be able to edit for a story. And I think if you get that skill, your skill set as an editor just grows incredibly quickly. At Toughstar, any plan to make videos on Indian Air Force aircrafts? By the way, thank you for your informative videos. I appreciate that. I don't know if there is an appetite from the audience to watch Indian Air Force videos or other countries' Air Force's videos. I might make one, I'll see how it performs, and if it does well, then I'll keep making it. If it doesn't perform, if it bombs, I'll just go back and do what I'm already doing. At Nico Bellic 23, how are you, bro? I'm pretty well, thank you for asking, how are you? At Nitin Whitey Shots, what is your qualification and where are you from? Like I already said, I'm from Chennai and Bangalore and I'm an engineer. At Divyansh Jain 5693, how much does it cost you to create a single video? Your quality of the videos is on par with other international creators. I haven't seen any Indian YouTuber creating content of this quality. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I actually don't know how much it cost me to make a video because since I do the research all the way through to editing and publishing, it's whatever value I put on my own time is what it cost me to make the video. At Varlength, how big is it? Okay, Varlength, I think you're talking about my joystick here, my Thrustmaster joystick. It's a pretty good size. My hand is able to cover my joystick really well. It moves left and right in an incredibly easy fashion. And it's just the right size for perfect enjoyment. Thrustmaster. At Yuvraj 9936, can you fly an actual plane? Yes, I can, but not commercial planes. I fly general aviation, small planes. At President Smith 609 asks, why planes? Well, I grew up watching air crash investigation and Mayday on National Geographic from the time I was in my teens, and I've just had a very, very keen interest in anything airplanes. It's a passion of mine for a really long time, and I decided If I'm going to make a YouTube channel, why not do something that I'm interested in? And hence planes. At Ritvik Gowda 6081 asks, what softwares do you use to make these amazing edits? Mostly, how do you edit or change your voice because it feels so captivating? Well, thank you so much again. The softwares I use are DaVinci Resolve for editing. I use After Effects for the 2D graphics. I use Blender and Unreal Engine for the 3D graphics. And the voice is basically just talking in different parts of your mouth. So if I want to go deeper, I can talk from the back of my throat to make it sound very deep. And I can talk from the front of my mouth to make it a little higher pitch. So it all depends on how you modulate your voice when you're talking. So if you want to tell something that's like impending doom, you just go deeper and you talk slowly and you articulate your words so that it sounds like something bad is going to happen. But then when something bad does not happen, you can just increase your voice, increase your pitch, and be very happy about it. At Pilot Mode 2 asks, is your voiceover AI generated? There's only one way to answer that. Okay, this is the story of Air India 101. It's all me, bro. At BWE Huristi 5613 asks, are you from Kerala? No, I'm from Bangalore. At Anush K7157, do you use AI for graphics? No, I don't use AI for graphics. In fact, this is a question that I've gotten a lot, but the truth of the matter is, AI for video and AI for images is not quite there just yet. Because when you see something that's AI, you will immediately be able to identify that something is wrong. And the kind of fidelity that we're looking for in the animations that we make is just not quite possible with AI as of today. I'm not saying it won't happen in the future. As of today, it's not possible. At Travel with Taha 10 asks, from where do you get these informations about the flight? So when an incident with a flight happens, let it be an accident or a close call, something called a flight accident investigation report is always prepared. So the investigators come in, they understand what happened, and they write a final report. And that report is released publicly. So everyone has access to it. You can just Google it and you'll find it. And I get all the information about the video from that final report. And usually what I do is in the description of every video, I have included a link to those final reports. So you can go and read that for yourself and see how accurately I have or have not portrayed the actual incident. At Lewintel, what is your favorite passenger aircraft? There's only one answer, the Airbus A380. It's such an amazingly beautiful and comfortable plane that anytime I can get a chance to fly in one, I will take it. At Pramod Pasumarthi, what was the original city where you were born? I was born in Chennai, India. At Caleb J7001 asks, what's your favorite aviation-related movie? It's got to be Sully, The Miracle Over the Hudson. It's a fantastically well-made movie that's quite honest to the original story. What usually tends to happen with aviation stories is that the creators of the movies take a lot of liberties, and when people who know aviation watch it, you already know that that's not quite possible. And it kind of takes you away from the story itself. And the movie Sully was quite well made, which is why that's my favorite aviation movie. At Ali Asif 24, on what computer did you create this videos on? It's just a computer that I put together myself. It's a pretty old computer. It's about 4 to 5 years old now. It has a RTX 2090 graphics card and I don't quite remember what CPU is in it. At Sapta Paranik Kundu asks, how did you develop your distinctive voiceover style? Do you have any training or was it natural talent? I'm not sure I have a distinctive voiceover style, neither do I think it's talent. This is literally just the way I speak, and I just started making videos just the way I speak. But if you find my voiceover style interesting, then thank you very much. At NonEnchantXD asks, are you an Indian and you live in the US cause your accent is kinda Indian? I'm an Indian, my accent is Indian, but I don't live in the US. At Nora Muffin, is it really your voice in the video or is it AI? Because your voice is heavenly. Love your videos. Thank you so much. It definitely is just my voice, it's not AI. So that's pretty much all the questions we have. There were other questions from many other people, but they were kind of repeat of the same questions. So I hope I've covered all the types of questions that you have. If you have anything more, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I will make sure to answer them. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And once again, thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. See you later.